Hello and welcome to another episode of Terraria Hardcore. Terraria Hardcore. I always get that name mixed up. Alright, so I'm going to be recording this after I recorded the video footage. I kind of like the way it turned out better in episode 0, so we're going to try this with episode 2 again and see how it works. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I need to find metal. Metal is what will help me be a better Terrarian. Yes. I need it for a sword. I need it for armor. I need it for building things. And right now I'm just not finding too much of it. I'm digging into the ice and digging is a big part of the Terraria experience. But sometimes you want to do something else. Now, you gotta understand, in this case, it's night, so there's not much else I can do outside of go below my house and dig right now. Because I'm so weak, I only have 5 hearts, my defense isn't high at all, and I can't go out and kill zombies like I want, because killing zombies in the early game is a good way to get coins and money. But if you're as weak as I am, it's hard, yet I still want to do it. So here I go, open the door, and I start beating off these zombies. But look what happens when they hit me. It's hard to knock them back, and they hit me and they take a quarter of a heart at least off. But I did get that nice cool rain hat, and that's one of the things I like about this game is you can find drops off of various creatures, and they tend to correspond to what the creature is wearing at the time. So the rain zombies, they have a rain hat and a rain coat that you can find, and I found the rain hat and I'm wearing it now, because yellow is cool, right? And after that, I decided to go down and see what this purple light is, and I realized about halfway down that it is coming from a little altar down there at the bottom, and that's something I'll need to have access to in the future for crafting various items. So you can't jump very well at the beginning of the game. As you go through this, you start to figure out little ways of helping yourself up onto various ledges and stuff without having all the cool advanced toys that you find later in the game. So what I like to do is I like to dig down 3 blocks wide into a hole, and then put the blocks on opposite sides as I'm going up, so it creates a nice little pathway that I can easily get up and down a hole. Now later this changes, but it's a good strategy for the early game when you're wanting to dig holes straight down and you have to get back up them. I think I may have mentioned this before, I also like putting torches into places where I've been, so I know where I've been as I dig. That isn't a necessity as you get later into the game, but for me right now, it shows the path that I've dug through already, so if I go into a place with a torch, I know I've been there. But if I'm digging down and I see torches below or beside me, which happens a lot of times, I know that I haven't been there yet, but there might be some cool loot, because there's little pockets of loot and such inside the world that have torches and chests and things of that nature. We'll see one here later on in the video. Now I'm going towards that purple light down the lower left hand corner, and I'm thinking that it is just another altar like the purple one that I dug down to earlier. And I don't know if I want to go that far yet. and it is nighttime, so I wanted to see if it's daytime yet because I have some stuff I need to do during the day without the zombies trying to mess with me. I like those penguins, by the way. So I head back up, and I have to figure out how to get up again because, you know, you can't jump at all when you're early in the game. And the best thing to do is take items with you, take blocks of ice or blocks of dirt, and use them to build ledges. Earlier you saw me put down a furnace. A furnace is needed to make to melt gold and silver and all the metals into bars, and the bars are needed to make your various items like swords and armor and such. Also, you can eat goldfish in this for health. If you don't have access to potions or anything, goldfish will give you back a little bit of health. And as you saw, I fell. Excuse me. As you saw, I fell, and I needed some health back, so I just popped a goldfish into my mouth. You know, it's the snack that smiles back, I guess. And what I usually do in situations like I'm in now, where I want to get up to the top, is I build at a diagonal angle. See, I'm going to use the snow to build a ramp up to that area and then dig at a diagonal angle up to the top so I can get through. This just helps create a pathway so I can get back and forth between one side and the other. And it's a good idea to do this early in the game, but there'll come a point where you don't need to do things like this anymore. These are tips that I've developed and techniques that I've developed over the past, I've been playing this for 4 years now, as I've had to just get used to playing the game in the early part of the game. Yeah, that made sense. I'm not trying to babble, but it sounded like it. So I just decided to explore and see what was out there, and lo and behold, I came across a living tree. These are big, humongous trees that are growing in the world, and you have to attack them like you would like you're mining blocks. You don't use a saw on these, you use a pickaxe, and you can take the wood that you get from them and use them on various, like you would regular wood. Now, these always have a room in them. And remember that I said that you'll find places that have loot and chests and such in them? A tree will always have a room in it down at the bottom. It's like you're exploring the roots, and the room is part of the root itself. And as you notice, I am putting up the torches as I go down so I know where I've been, like I said before. So we get down here, and you have to, well, on some of them you can go straight down, other ones you have to kind of dig your way down. And as we go down, notice that there's a door and there's a complete room set up. There we go. You can also take the walls down there if you want. Now, if you leave this room like it is with a torch in it, an NPC will move into it. And some people like that, but I don't like NPCs being far away from my main area. So I usually go into here and I just take everything. I take the chest, I take the table and the chairs and the door, and that way I have enough stuff to build another room when I get back. But I see metal, and it's funny because later in the game you'll see little deposits of metal like this, and you won't even glance at it. But right now I'm really in desperate need of metal, so I'm grabbing that metal before I head back. I'm also going to have to make some platforms. And here you go. You can craft platforms without having a crafting table or anything. So which is good. It helps when you want to go up and down places so you don't have to use those blocks like I did earlier. And like this, see, I can't jump, so I have to build a platform. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. So these little blobs with umbrellas on the top, they're slimes. They actually drop that umbrella that you can wear on your head, but it's a rare drop. So you have to attack a lot of them before you actually get it. And even though I am very weak, I have this addiction to collecting stuff in this game. So I have to attack those things to find out if they're dropping the umbrella hat or not. They didn't. I didn't really expect them to. It's a rare drop. It'll happen eventually, but not right now. I decided I didn't want to go down through the hole to get back and forth again. So I'm taking those platforms and just building a little bridge between where my house is and where all the wood I need is located, because I'm going to have to come back and cut down most of those trees so I can start building houses. When you cut down a tree, always remember to aim for the base, because that'll give you the most wood. If you aim for the base, it'll cut down the whole tree and it'll give you the most wood that the tree can offer. If you cut it down in pieces, like hit the root first, then hit the top or another part of the tree, it won't do the same. But I believe if you do that, the tree will actually grow back like that tree to the right that just went off the screen. Alright, there goes another slime. Gave me gel and coins, and of course I see another one, so I'm like, yeah, I have to go kill that. I'm weak, but hey, I'm weak and in hard mode, but I have to see what that has. Of course. Anyway, that is it for the day. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and look forward to Terraria Hardcore episode Terraria Hardcore episode 3. I put them up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so look for them towards the evening during those times. You all have a great day and enjoy your world.